Pop your LL Cool J cassette into the boombox. It's time to step back to the 80s with the Armitron Rogue. What's good, bro? I'm LUISGUSTO, back with another watch review. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to our first 1,000 subscribers, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Today, we're taking a look at this bad boy. It's the Armitron Rogue in the iridescent color. Drop a comment below if you own this watch. If not, I will have a link to the Armitron website where you can pick one up. Currently, it's the only place where you can grab this watch. In addition to this iridescent color, you can pick up the Rogue in a couple of different colors. It retails for $75 and comes in standard Armitron watch packaging. And that's a white slip cover over a grayish box with the Armitron lettering in silver. Inside, you got the Rogue hugging a watch pillow and more Armitron brand. Before we talk about the materials and the features of this watch, let's check out how the Rogue looks on my 7.5-inch wrist. Let's start with the materials this watch is constructed from. The Armitron Rogue is a stainless steel retro watch. Got a stainless steel case with 4 stainless steel pushers, a stainless steel back with some nice Armitron engraving, and attached to that is a steel link bracelet with the fold-over closure. The Armitron Rogue measures 39mm lug to lug. It's got a case width of 34.5mm, a case thickness of 9mm, and the watch weighs 71 grams. Now let's take a closer look at the watch face. We'll start with that cool retro shape of the case. It's kind of like a squircle. You've got a mineral crystal and a mostly black dial with Armitron branding, established 1975. Next to the Armitron wordmark, you've got several horizontal lines that mimic the pattern of the bracelet. Like I said, the dial is mostly black, but there are a lot of words on there indicating functionality or labeling buttons. There's also a thin white border around the LCD screen. And looking at the LCD screen, you got the date and the day of the week. You got the chime and alarm indicators. And of course, you've got that time in hours, minutes, and seconds. Now let's take a look at some of the functionality of the Armitron Rogue. It brings a little bit more than your standard retro digital watch. Of course, in the main timekeeping mode, you have the day of the week and the date. But if you press that upper right button, you'll get the full date. And if you press the upper left button, you can easily switch between 12 and 24-hour mode. It's got that old school light that comes in from the side that doesn't quite give you the whole time when you're in the dark, but it has a certain nostalgic charm to it. Being a small digital watch, you've got that stopwatch functionality with laps. I'm still struggling to find out how to use that stopwatch in my everyday life and use the lap counter, but one day, I promise you I'll find one. Then there's an hourly chime and an alarm. You've got water resistance up to 50 meters, that's 165 feet. Now, in addition to all those standard retro digital watch features, the Rogue also allows you to set a second time. Now, it's not quite world time. You can't cycle through cities like you can on, say, the Apex, but you can pick your favorite time zone from around the world and adjust the time accordingly. It does allow you to set the hours and the minutes, so in case you're trying to set something that's 30 minutes ahead or behind. But keep in mind, you can only adjust the seconds in the main timekeeping mode. So what do I think about the Armitron Rogue? Well, in addition to this iridescent colorway, it does come in a few other colors, including black and blue. Depending on how the light hits it, you see a lot of purple and teal. Kind of gives 1990s Charlotte Hornets vibes. Yo, there's a lot to love about the Rogue watch. First of all, digital watches are always cool. They're always gonna start a conversation because it's something different than the smartwatches that a lot of people are rocking these days. It harkens back to those 80s and 90s digital watches. So if you're into that retro look, the Rogue is a great choice, especially because not everyone's gonna be rocking an Armitron. You're gonna stand out in more ways than one. That iridescent colorway is definitely unique. It's not for everybody, but if you dress like a 1990s Charlotte Hornets player, this will go perfectly. Matter of fact, I may have to go to Mitchell & Ness to pick up a Larry Johnson jersey. Now, it is somewhat similar to that other retro digital watch, the F91W. Instead of a resin construction though, you got all stainless steel. I like the link bracelet with the fold over closure. I did have to adjust it to fit my 7.5-inch wrist, but it fits very nicely. The strap, unfortunately, does tug at your hair a little bit, but once you're wearing it, it is very comfortable. The stainless steel construction makes it feel solid, yet still comfortable. And I like that I can dress it up depending on how I'm feeling that day. I really like the steel link bracelet. It reminds me of the watches my uncles used to rock back in the day. Now it does have some cool functionality. I love the fact that it has 4 instead of 3 buttons like some other retro watches. It has that old school charm going all the way to that light. Is that light gonna be fully functional in the dark? No, I'm sorry to say, but it does carry a certain charm to it. If you're really struggling to find the time, I'm sure you could just pull out your phone and check. It's a lightweight watch that, in my opinion, is sleek and can look professional in the right setting. That said, the iridescent colorway isn't quite for me, but guess what? It's gonna make a phenomenal gift for my girlfriend. Now on the con side, I would say, of course, it doesn't have every function that you're gonna want in modern times. It is a digital watch after all that has a retro vibe. If the iridescent metal's not for you, it does come in several other colors, including black and blue. I may have to pick up one of those for myself. Not everyone's gonna like that old school backlight. A couple of things I would do to make this watch absolutely perfect for me. First of all, I would get it in a gold colorway, and I'll probably have a few less words on the screen. I like that it has all the functionality and labels of buttons, but it can look a tad busy. That said, I think the LCD screen is perfect, the beeps are charming, and it's just an overall fun watch to wear. Shout out to Armitron for sending this watch over for me to review. All these opinions are my own, and this is the first Armitron watch that I'm reviewing on this channel. The Armitron company goes back to 1975. They are family owned right here in New York City, and they're known for cool, stylish watches. If you want to add the Rogue to your collection, check out the link in description and drop a comment. Tell me what you think about the Armitron Rogue. Is it gonna beat out your other retro digital watches? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Make sure you like this video and subscribe for more watch content, and I'll see you next time. Peace.